welcome to channel Anna Bella, and today I'm going to be finally using my RawSpaceBar dry barbecue pork rub on my barbecue pork ribs. So obviously this is not a vegan or a vegetarian recipe, I'm just throwing that out there just so you know. So let's see how this goes. Woohoo! To the table! So here is everything. I've got my 4 pork ribs nicely on a chopping board for meat. I've got my pork barbecue dry rib rub. I've got my pepper, I've got my salt, I've got my sunflower oil, and I've got my instructions. Okay, it says pork barbecue dry rib rub, salt and pepper both sides, and spread the rib spice mixture over the top of the ribs. Wrap the ribs in plastic wrap and foil and place in the refrigerator overnight to marinate. If you can't do it overnight, give them at least 30 minutes at room temperature. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's get to it. Well, here we are. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the sunflower oil in my foil baking tray. And you're like, why is she doing that now? It didn't say to do that. And I'm like, I don't want my ribs to stick. So put a blob in there and then wheel it around and it will go all the way around, covering all the gaps quite nicely so you don't have any gaps, because we do not want food that sticks because it's harder to clean and just generally really annoying. So the first thing it said to do was to basically salt and pepper your ribs. Now obviously you've got to do this to taste. I don't really like a lot of salt and pepper, so just gonna put them all on there like this, as you can see, and salt. Well, except I'm peppering. And they did say to do both sides, so we shall do both sides. So I've just done one side, and I'm going to flip them over. Obviously you do this to taste, but it is important. That's that. Salt now. Flip. 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 Pork rib rub. Okay. So first step is to open it. So we're going to go. So I've finally opened it. That's what it looks like inside. Smells absolutely delish. Take a pinch, thumb and first finger, and you rub it. Yeah, cookery is all about using your hands. I've washed my hands thoroughly with antibac soap and made sure to thoroughly wash it up. Wash it off, not up, first. Some people do a wet hand dry technique. I don't. And I am being fairly liberal with this because it needs to be. Never done this before, so, and I'm not the kind of person that less is more in instances like this. You really do have to go for it, I think, because I like my ribs heavily barbecued. Okay, and they should look like that. And I'm going to cover the foil over them and leave them overnight. So this is what the ribs look like once they've had their rib rub put on them. And as you can see, I have used rather a lot of it from the RawSpace pork barbecue dry rib rub has been gone on. Salt, pepper, gone on. And I'm going to cover the whole tray with foil. And just to let you know, I have washed my hands after every application. Obviously not. So I did the pepper, then the salt. I did the oil first, washed my hands, then the pepper, then salt, wash my hands, and then the rib rub, and obviously wash my hands. I've deleted it out of the video because nobody wants to see anybody washing their hands that many times, and I've also wiped down the surface of the table as well. So these are now going to go in the fridge because according to the instructions, which are here, they need to be left overnight, and that's what we're going to do. So we're going to leave them overnight. So I hope you've enjoyed looking at part 1 of raw spiced pork barbecue dry rib rub. And we're going to do the cooking in part 2. See you then. Please like, comment and subscribe. And thank you for your support.